And we will have Miss Megan take it away.
Hello, welcome. My name's Megan Calito, and I am a holistic health practitioner and herbalist. I have my bachelor's of science in integrative health, and I just love, and I'm currently studying regenerative health. So, um, lots of education. And so I was introduced to Purium about it was a year and a half ago. And just wanted to share a little of my healing journey. So I got sick from mold in the end of 2018, and it was literally debilitating. I was bedbound. I couldn't carry a conversation. I still get emotional thinking about it because I was just not in a space where I could do the things I did. I had my own business. I cut hair, and I had all these girls working under me, and I ended up having to sell my business because I couldn't even hold a conversation with people. And so that's what started my journey into health and wellness. And for 4 years, just about 3, 4 years, I was really struggling with diet and like trying to do all the things and spending so much time in the kitchen. And I did medical mediums cleanses, and I just did every cleanse that I came across. We tried 20 different diets, ketogenic, and um, there were so many. I can't even keep them all straight, but I was getting better. I did get better. And I felt like I hit a plateau. And being in the field that I am in, I'm always approached about products. And I got burned a couple times with products that said they were non-toxic and that they were organic and good for the planet and all this. And I um, I was really hesitant hearing Tammy talk about all the great things about Purium. And I had sent her a little care package for when her family got some congestion and coughs from that fire that was in Ohio. And so I had sent her some stuff for breathing, some herbs. And a couple months later, I came home to this package, and it was just the perfect night because we were finishing up um, a week-long cleanse, and there was nothing in the fridge, and it was 8 o'clock at night, and I was literally crying over green beans because I was just felt so depleted. And all we had in the fridge was green beans. And I'm like wiping my tears, and I look up and see this package on the table. And so it was a package from Tammy, and it had two little samples in it of the appleberry power shake and the dark berry power shake. And I was like, the first thing I always do is read the ingredients on the back, and I'm like, oh, someone else is trying to get me to do their thing, and I'm like trying to see what's in it, and I'm like, oh my gosh, everything's organic. Oh my gosh, there's no fillers. Oh my gosh, I know everything that is in this. And so I want to find the video. I mixed up my first Purium shake exactly how Tammy said. She said to do 3 scoops of the appleberry, 2 scoops of the dark berry, and I taped it, and I was like, here goes nothing. I'm sure this is going to taste terrible. Like, I almost thought about holding my nose while I drank it, but it was delicious. It was literally tasted like it reminds me of Fruity Pebbles. I say it all the time, but the milk at the bottom of the Fruity Pebbles. So it really brought back that feeling. And I was hooked from there. I At that point I had purchased my building for my business. I had signed a contract to rent it, and I was working out of it with no idea on where I was going to go um, with my coaching and my holistic health stuff and my herbs. And like I knew I wanted to do all these things and help people, but I just could not find um, the brain power to put it all together and to actually open my doors or come up with a name and come up with a business plan. Like I literally only had the business because I pass that every day, and I've always dreamed about having a business there. And it was there, and I was like, okay, I'm going to do it. And so that week that I had tried Purium, there was enough for me to have 2 shakes every day. And being a mom of five and having two, three businesses I was running, I was still doing hair, and doing all my herbal stuff and coaching here and there. Um, but I was able to have food every single day, and my brain turned back on, and within that week I was able to come up with my whole business plan and what I wanted to do and what I wanted to call it, and just the vision came true. And I knew when I ran out, I was like, oh my gosh, what am I going to do? I could not imagine not having this in my life. And then I accidentally ordered the wrong thing. I ordered the juice bar in a bag, and I was like, this is not the same thing. And so from there, we ordered our first ULT. My wife totally like poo-pooed it. She has epilepsy that's very reactive to foods, and she was like, I don't want to try that. And she had made a shake for her nephew while he was over, and he didn't want to drink it. And so she drank it, and she has been hooked ever since. Like, I have not had to I didn't have to do anything. We just had it in the house. And then I started incorporating it in our kids' lives and giving them the power shake and the biomedic and the aminos. And I watched their grades come up and I watched their attitudes get better. And I was just like, this is just so amazing that my whole family is able to have this and that my whole family is seeing benefits, even if the kids want to go every time I make them drink or I make it for them in the morning. They drink it without any argument, but they have to make sure that they ugh me. But they love it. And I love it. And I'm just so glad that I got to share it. And one of the first people to reach out to me was my friend Dottie. And I've always looked up to Dottie. She is a nurse and she is an herbalist and she just grows the most beautiful garden. And she gives me some plants from her garden all the time. So I was super excited when Dottie jumped in. And then we get to go to regenerative health school together. We're both in the Institute of Regenerative Health and learning all the things. And so I will pass it off to Dottie.
Hello. Oh, my journey. Let's see. Megan posted about Purium, and I'm like, oh, an MLM company. But I looked at everything. Then after about a week, I'm like, all right, I'm gonna try this. I think it was a week, maybe a little longer. Because I'd gotten to the point where I'd put on the weight where I was very uncomfortable and wanted to be healthier. We need to start being healthier earlier in life and maintain that, not older in life, but it's never too late. So for me, it was more about getting my weight off, getting healthier, not just the weight off, everything, my whole body, because I've always been health conscious. And I don't have a whole lot to say. So I started it not long after Meghan, like pretty much right after, not that long after. Um, what else can I say? I
I
love the
feel like
apothe.
your journey's been a little bit different than like
Yes,
mine. I noticed
yeah.
immediate effects and like how I felt. And Dottie's journey has been a little different, where the stuff she's struggling with, it was like a little bit harder to start moving. And
I didn't notice any differences at all for over a year, I'd say. Except for the apothecary. I love the apothecary for sleeping at night. Not that I have a hard time sleeping, but it just gives me a sounder sleep. And I have to say it did decrease sugar cravings for me because I love sweets, loved the sweets. um, I wouldn't just eat a slice of pie. I would pretty much eat the whole pie. Or, 6 or 8 donuts or whatever after pretty much every meal. That was me. That's not me anymore. Um, so yeah, and then I think I needed to do some deeper cleaning. And once I did that and removed a lot of mucoid plaque. I am now seeing that I'm absorbing nutrients now, so I'm seeing differences. I've got dark hairs growing back in. You probably can't see them on here, but my hair was all white, and now I have dark hairs growing back in. So now I know I'm absorbing nutrients, and I'm on my health journey, and it's a lifetime journey this time. It's not stop, gain weight. It's forever. I think that's about it.
Yeah, and I feel like that this has really been like a stepping stone in my journey to getting to where I wanted to be. Like I wanted to do all the medical medium stuff and just eat fruit and veg, and but I never felt fully satisfied, and I didn't realize until learning about regenerative health and regenerative farming practices that like a lot of the food that we're buying in the grocery store, it doesn't have the minerals and the vitamins that it used to have in it. It doesn't, it's not, the soil's depleted, and so our food is depleted, and so we're depleted, and we can only be as healthy as our soil is. So knowing that this food was grown in regenerative soil and that it is watered with volcanic ash water and it is dried at room temperature, and it's just like the most care is taken on making sure that we get these nutrients into our lives, into our bodies. And I really feel like after I have a shake, like I really feel the whole vibration of that shake. And so like you just feel so much better after you have a shake. Like if I'm having a bad day, I might have 3 shakes, but it's just so amazing. And you can use these as a meal replacement. So they're keeping you fuller longer, and then you're not having those cravings. So, Kimberly, did you have the thing to pull up? Do you want to pull it up and we'll go over the products? Yay, there it all is, the ultimate lifestyle transformation. So we will start with the Power Shake. Um, the Power Shake is my favorite. It is, oh, I'm sorry. I'm having technical difficulties. So Purium is Appleberry Power Shake. It's a plant-based meal replacement, and it's designed to be convenient and nutritious. Like I'm always on the go, and it is so easy to be able to just measure out my shake in the morning, put it in a little jar, plop it in water and drink it up. When I first started, I used almond milk, and I used almond milk for my kids. And after about a month, we were like, these are too thick. And then we started using water, and we're like, okay, it's good now. But it was so interesting because the first time when I used water, I was like, oh no, I need something creamier. And so like your taste buds really change, but it is packed with whole food ingredients. And you're going to get your protein, your fiber, your vitamins, and your minerals. So it is high in protein. And it's interesting because when you look at the back, I think it says like 8 grams of protein. I'm not positive on that. But our body is never looking for protein. It's always looking for amino acids, and those come from plants. And so this gives you all the building blocks to be able to build protein and to support muscle growth and weight management, and it does help keep you feel full. It also is a great source of fiber, so it's going to help regulate your blood sugar, promote digestive health, and help you to feel actually full. Like after I have a shake, I'm like, I'm not hungry. I don't want for anything. Like you really feel nutritionally fed. I mean, and when I talk to clients about this, I'm like, how many times have you eaten this big dinner and you're still feeling full? And then you go over to the cabinet and you open it up and you're like, what can I eat? Like, we're not actually hungry, but we're looking for more nutrients. And so that's going to help cut the cravings and keep you actually satiated. Um, yeah. So energy, it does help promote and give you energy. It's just like I said, you feel like you come to life after you have one of the shakes. Um, and then Biomedic. So I love Biomedic. I think it is just ingenious, and it has one spore in it. That spore is lactospore, and its job is to help collect the toxins and get them out of the gut. And then it has fulvic and humic acid. So you got your prebiotics in there. There's chicory root in there as well. Those are prebiotics. Prebiotics help feed the gut microbiome, and so that you can grow all this healthy gut bacteria. Yeah, Lauren, Biomedics, why she's here, it removes the glyphosate and from your system. So if you don't know about glyphosate, it is of the devil. I don't know where it came from or who thought it was a good idea, but when glyphosate is mixed with grain, it actually creates this sticky residue in your gut. And so you have all these little tiny microvilli that are like supposed to be standing up, protecting your gut lining, absorbing nutrients, moving food along. And when this glyphosate comes in, yes, it was used in gas chambers. Ugh. And we thought it'd be a good idea to spray it on our food. But this glyphosate comes in, it creates a sticky residue that coats the microvilli, and then they're not able to stand up and protect that gut lining. And that gut lining is so thin and it's not able to move food around. So now we've got like these little food particles sitting in the on the gut lining that are going to literally eat through the gut lining and cause leaky gut. And our gut, everything is just supposed to stay in there. Our gut is very acidic. And I did a lot of food allergy testing when I was sick for mold because I was reacting to so many things. At one point, I was only able to tolerate eggs, and everything else I seemingly reacted to. And so that's leaky gut. Like that's just foods getting past that gut lining and initiating an immune response. And it can look like different things for different people. For me, it was the inability to concentrate, the joint pain. I had overall pain in my muscles, my joints, my skin, everything just hurt. And so Biomedic helps to heal that gut lining to scrub those little microvilli and so that they could do their job of absorbing the nutrients, moving the food along, and protecting your gut lining. So it's super important. Um, it does help alleviate gas, bloating, diarrhea, constipation. Our immune system resides in our gut, and so it's so important that our gut is healthy. So that we have a strong immune response. And then overall well being, like if your gut is not healthy, if the boundaries of your gut are not solid, then in life, we tend to not have boundaries with people and we tend to not have boundaries um, with anyone. And it's just, it goes right along with our gut health. So it's absolutely amazing. This probiotic, like I put everyone on it when I do a consult. That is the first thing. If you're going to do one thing, do the biomedic. It's absolutely amazing. And usually they feel so good on the biomedic. They're like, what else do you have to offer? And it's just super amazing. And then we have the super aminos. So super amino 23, the name is because they are pre-digested and will get into your system within 23 minutes. And it's so interesting. I had suggested these to one of my friends who is very low on energy. She has 4 little kids, and she was like, "What is in these? Like, I feel so good after I take them. It's like I get like this rush of energy, like nice, clean energy that I could do something with." And so, your amino acids are literally the building blocks for energy production. Um, and they help support muscle growth and repair. If there were this wasn't live broadcasted, I would show you that my mama pouch from having twins at 19 is like there is one little line of where it used to be. And so it tightens, the amino acids help tighten and tone your skin too. So I'm absolutely in love with that. I have not seen a flat stomach on myself in like 21 years. So it's also going to help boost your immune function, enhance athletic performance, and support your overall health. So absolutely amazing. I love my aminos. I take 10 a day. I think we're going to up that next week. We're kind of diving a little bit deeper into detoxing. And I do notice that when I don't take the aminos, I tend to start looking for more food throughout the day. Like I'm looking for something. So I notice that when I do have my aminos that cravings even more subsided. Yeah, so you can take up to 30 a day. Melissa takes 15 to 20. Um, yeah, and then we have the apothecary, Dottie's favorite. Dottie, do you want to talk about the apothecary? Yeah. No. The So the apothecary is concentrated tart cherry extract, and it is loaded with antioxidants. So it's rich in, and I can never say this right, anthocyanins, and they're a potent antioxidant that helps protect your cells from the damage of free radicals. It also helps support healthy sleep. Um, I have never had such good sleep. Insomnia was something I struggled with when I was sick. Um, and I'd be up till all hours of the night. And I thought that that was just like I was a night owl and all this, and your body needs to be able to sleep. Like, this is one of the foundational pieces. Like, when we're sleeping, we're able to rebuild our body. It helps with muscle soreness. So any inflammation or soreness, like after exercise, totally helps with that. I use it, yes, Melissa. So Melissa uses it the same way. I use it in place of Tylenol. I have not taken an over-the-counter pharmaceutical in 6 years. It was something that I had vowed to never do again because I got so burned by them. And so I thought I was just never going to support the pharmaceutical industry again. So apothecary is my go-to if I have a headache, if I have muscle soreness. I love putting it in 2 tablespoons into some hot water at night and sipping it before bed. And then it does help reduce joint discomfort and inflammation. Fibromyalgia is my allopathic diagnosis, or what I was diagnosed with. I don't want to claim that. But I have not had any joint pain in probably about a year, which is absolutely amazing because they hurt so bad. I used to say, like, it feels like boulders are crushing my joints, every single one of them. And it also helps to boost your immunity again. Like, you're getting all this stuff to help boost your immunity. Um, and then we have our Super Cleanse R, which I just started today. It's on my kitchen table. We started yesterday. We are diving deep into a cleanse. And so I wanted to start with Purium's Super Cleanse R as my first parasite cleanse going through this. But it is super gentle. Whenever we're killing off parasites, it's always a little nervousy because um, they release this chemical that actually makes your gut stop doing the action of moving the stool along, and so that they can stay in there and stay happy and healthy, even though we don't want them. And so they'll do anything to make us stop trying to kill them, and making us constipated is something that would make one want to stop doing a parasite cleanse. And so this cleanse is absolutely amazing. Whenever I am on the super cleanser, I am like, oh my gosh, my bowel movements are like picture perfect. Like, they could be on the front of a magazine for digestion. Like, there was such a thing. But it does help support liver function. It helps the liver to detoxify. It helps to remove toxins from the body. It's going to enhance your digestive health and your nutrient absorption. And then by detoxifying parasites, and believe it also detoxifies candida. It helps bring that under control. But you'll have more energy for life and all the things that you want to do, and just overall well-being. So that is what is in our ultimate lifestyle transformation. And it is literally, this can meet you wherever you're at. Like, you don't have to be vegan. You don't have to be ready to dive into a huge detox where you're just juicing. Like, it can literally meet you wherever you are on your healing journey. And that's what it has done. This is my third time going through a whole ULT. And every single time has been different. When I first started, I still had meat and dairy and gluten in my diet. And then by the time I did the second one, those things had just kind of fallen away. It was like effortless. And that's what I love about this. Like it meets you where you're at and it's absolutely effortless. Like you don't have to think. You don't have to think about what you're going to eat. You don't have to spend hours in the kitchen. You can be an on-the-go mom and you're going to have energy to keep up with everything as you're detoxifying your body. So that's all I have to say about that. And it's just absolutely amazing. I will turn it over to Miss Kimberly Sanders.
I would love it if Dottie would share what she just put in the comments about the Parasite Super Cleanser.
So on the super cleanser, is it the 20? I haven't done it in a while. I think you do it for 20 days. And then I did 10 days off and then another 20 days. And I wished I had known at the time that you should actually do 3 cycles of those, not just the one, to really stop that egg laying cycle to get all the parasites out. So I released literally hundreds of eggs in my stool. And I had one parasite that was maybe 4 or 5 inches long, and I don't know, it wasn't that much. It was pure white. All of the eggs were pure white and the worms were pure white. And then there were other smaller ones that I could see. And yeah, it was like really cool.
That's the most exciting news ever. That is so special. Thank you for sharing such an amazing feat. I mean, that to me, I'm Kimberly Sanders, have been doing this with you all now for over 7 years, and to be able to hear what happens just by adding some of the most pure herbs and and sticking with it and just like going for it. So that was the most magical call, Miss Meghan. You are absolutely incredible. And these are the friends that we come to when we have more questions. Like we just really come together as a beautiful community. So I'm super grateful to have you all here. And if you're watching this replay, then it means that you were handpicked and we really wanted you to be able to hear what happens. And we have so many beautiful friends on. We have over 14 friends on, because I know we have a couple double people in some of the lines, and so we're here with this beautiful community, and so we're always reaching out for more people to come together and bring holistic practices into our lives, and I just love it. And we have Miss Nilissa Patterson on the line. She is an amazing author and a speaker and a homeschool mama of 2 little boys, and she has a lot of friends on the line. So I want to hand it over. And I also want to introduce a friend that is here for me as well. And I'm just so excited to have you all in this group. So please, Nilissa.
Yes, thank you for that introduction. Hi, everybody. I'm Melissa, and I wanted to go ahead and open up the question. I actually do have a question for Meghan or Dottie, whoever would like to answer it. I think Dottie kind of went over it, but one of the things that a lot of people want to know, and parasite cleansing is like a thing now. Everybody's doing it. And as we know, everyone's not doing it properly. So how often would you say would be the healthiest to actually do a cleanse within a year? Or, how often do you think that would be a thing for people to continue doing? Because obviously when we do the 90-day commitment, you do it 10 days the first month to be able to get it all out, and then 10 days the second month, and then you take a break. And then how often do you think?
So at least twice a year.
Yes.
At least twice a year. And it's so interesting. I had a Bosnian woman come in with her children. She had just moved here last year or the year before. And she was like, "Can you help me? Because like I want to parasite cleanse my children." And I brought them to the doctor. Like that's what we do in Bosnia. And they parasite cleanse our children twice a year. And the doctor looked at me like I had 5 heads. And I was like, "All right, yes, I can help you." And it's so interesting. So how different it is here than other places, we think of parasites and we think of third world country, but literally, if you have ever walked barefoot on the ground, if you've ever pet an animal, if you've ever eaten fruit or food that's unwashed or undercooked meat, you need to be doing parasite cleanses.
So I also, to kind of go back on that, there was a concern about like we need parasites in our body as well. There's good parasites and there's bad parasites. Now, is this killing off those parasites that we actually need in our body to help us, be healthy?
You want to talk, Dottie? All right. Yeah, so there is a healthy amount of bacteria that we should have in our bodies. There's also a healthy amount of parasites we should have in our bodies. And it's interesting because when our body is unable to get rid of the junk that it is storing, it's not able to filter it out through the liver and your colon if you're constipated. It's not able to get it out through the kidneys if your kidneys are not filtering. And so all this junk builds up, and we actually invite the parasitic and the fungal kingdom in to help take care of that which does not serve life. And so they're actually kind of doing us a favor. Our body can't get rid of it. And so they're there to help us get rid of it. So as we're cleaning up the junk and there's nothing for them to eat anymore or to live off of, we're able to release them and not need them like we did prior. My parasite cleanse, the first one I did was about a couple days after I ended the second round of parasite cleanses. So we do the first round for 10 days. And then there's a 20-day break. I like to muscle test my clients and see if they need 20 days or maybe less. I always muscle test myself, and it's always less than 20 days. And so I'll start it up again on whatever I muscle test for. But it was about a couple days after I had ended my parasite cleanse. I could not get out of bed. I tried, and I felt dizzy and I felt drunk, and I felt like this for like a couple days, and I was like, what is going on? Like, I had no idea. And it was literally a week after, because I still felt a little tired and a little overwhelmed all week. I went to the bathroom and I passed this huge parasite. It was the biggest, longest parasite I had ever seen. I could not believe it came out of me, and I was so disappointed that I didn't have my phone so I could send my friends pictures, because I'm like that. But yeah, if we're literally inviting them in with how many toxins we're storing. And I just watched one of Lauren's videos where she said we're either accumulating or we're detoxifying. And literally every decision we make is either pushing that brake or pushing the gas on it. And so if we're just accumulating all the time, then we're going to require the parasitic kingdom to come in and help us out.
Okay. Thank you so much for your knowledge. I love how you explain everything. I have one more question, I promise, and then Lauren has a question as well. But so for healthy people, Dottie had mentioned it, like myself, very health conscious, always be mindful of what I ate, but still felt the pain and exhaustion and just that brain fog. What are your tips for people with that?
With brain fog,
Well, anybody who says that they're healthy and they don't need something like this.
oh, if you still have brain fog, you definitely need something like this. Like, what do you have to lose? Like, you literally have nothing to lose. This company is the only company I've come across, and I have had a supplement graveyard, I called it. Like, literally hundreds of supplements. It filled up 2 garbage bags when I finally got rid of all of them. Um, like, I didn't need any of those. I don't take anything other than what is in. I take a few herbals. I'm an herbalist. I love my herbs, so I'm constantly drinking teas and incorporating them that way. But like the supplements are gone from my life. Like, and the brain function is absolutely more than I've ever thought I was even capable of. Like, I did not think. I remember like the first time I was explaining something to someone on the phone after I had finished that first ULT, and I was like, did that come out of my mouth? Like, I know the things, but like, oh my gosh, I remember the things and I can like articulate them. And coming from having such terrible brain fog where I couldn't even hold a conversation, it was absolutely amazing. So yeah, I would definitely say if you're still experiencing brain fog, then you need this. Like there's nothing to lose. No other company is going to refund you your money if it does not work for you. So the fact that they stand behind it like that spoke volumes to me. And I tell all of my clients, like, try it out. What do you have to lose? The shipping, I'll pay it. And I have not paid for anybody's. Like, it's so amazing.
Thank you
Next.
so much for that. And I think Kimberly, you're up.
And I know Lauren too, but I wanted to say that I always do a little uh, a wheel of names of all the friends that aren't yet sharing this quite yet. And my precious friend Anna is the winner. And so she just you get to have some Purium Rewards dollars coming in for your next order, which is awesome. You are the star of the winning show here. And I know you are out the door to take care of yourself and go to yoga, but I wanted you to just get to say hi to these beautiful friends who are truly going to be some of your greatest allies. I mean, Miss Bethany, Miss Barry, everyone, Vanessa, Lauren, and Alyssa, Megan, Dottie, I'm so excited for you to meet everyone and for all of you ladies to meet Miss Anna. I'm the most spoiled person on the planet that I get to have so many of you loving me all the time. It's just so amazing. So you won. You won.
I'm so grateful, you know. I'm so grateful to be here and I'm so honored to share this time with you all because this just been like my calling and it's just something that again being on this journey for gosh, food it's just not my friend, you know, and I've just been trying to find the right thing and I've been fasting forever, like fasting I'm talking about like water fasts and just coconut water and just watermelon and for 7 days straight because food is just not my thing. But I'm super excited to just get on board and I just I ordered my first kit which I'm going to start and I'm going to let you guys know how I'm going to do because I'm super excited and I am all in it, 110%. And I'm so grateful to meet this beautiful angel, Kimberly, first that found me. And I'm so excited. And yeah, and I never won anything. So thank you. This is so awesome. Yes, I've been a nurse for 17 years. I've been just someone who helps others. And I am just someone who's been in tune my whole life. I've been connected to the spiritual realm my whole life. I just work with my guides. I work with helping people and with energy my whole life. I'm originally born in Poland and I came here to the US when I was 11, so again, when you said the parasite cleansing in Bosnia, in Poland too, we used to have parasite cleansing too. Literally in schools, they will order that for the children. So we used to have that, but not here in the US. And unfortunately, our US food is just total shit. It's just really, really just terrible, So I am just beyond excited. I am super thrilled and I cannot wait, and this is the beginning, I feel like this is just a new beginning because, the water bottle will be next. And, there's just so many things that are so adventurous and so good for us. And to be able to share this with other people and spread it to our children. My son is 15 and I had him on so many different diets. He's been allergic to everything, with food. And I think this will be a beautiful thing for him eventually too. So yeah, I'm just so happy to share this with you guys. I just want to say thank you for welcoming me into your family. And I will be reaching out for, if I have questions and if there's things, but I'm just super excited to be here. So thank you again.
You are so precious and I'm so grateful. Have the best yoga class. Thank you for
Thank
saying
you
hi.
so much. Thanks.
Thank you. Miss Dottie, our star of the show, please share your heart some more.
So going back to eating healthy and thinking that you're doing everything right, sometimes you might get to a point where you just can't get any further. And that could be a sign of you're holding some type of grief in your body. And that's where you need to dig deeper. And until you release that traumatic or grief you're not going to get any, you're not going to heal any further until you are able to figure out how to get that emotion out. I mean, even like when babies are born C-section, they're not coming through the birth canal. So they have trapped emotion just from not coming out and saying, hey, I'm born into the world and I don't get the mother's bacteria going through the birth canal. And that can be a form of trauma to the child. So they could have that right from birth. So sometimes just saying, if there's a block, you get to where you think, why am I not going any further? It could be some type of trapped emotion that needs to come out. That's all.
I completely agree. There's always, with every physical element we're going through, there's an emotional connection that needs to be worked on too. And that's something I address in consultations where let's talk about, resources and things to do so that we can deal with the emotions coming up. Because a lot of the times when we're detoxing, all of a sudden we're like, I know last year I spent a good hour or two on the phone with Kimberly crying over my dad. And I thought I had gotten over all of the things. And it was really something that just came back up when I was going through my healing, and something that I needed to release and to dig into a little more. Lauren, did you have a question?
Yes, I have a question. I also have a little comment. You guys, your brain fog got brought up for a second, and I just wanted to share that this has come up for me twice today, noticing the brain fog difference. And I believe this would be considered brain fog, but I used to be in conversations with people and like all of a sudden I'm not in the conversation anymore. I'm like, oops. And then I come back. And so like I would literally like say yes and like kind of act like I heard, but I didn't hear what they were saying, though I tried to hear, but I wasn't present. And like I think that has improved significantly, because I used to have to really be focusing on what they're saying. And like now it happens, I'm realizing this today, that's happening naturally. I'm just focused on the person. So yeah, that's a brain fog. I would say that's a brain fog lift for sure. Yay.
Mm-hmm. Love that.
And
Yeah.
then then I have a question too. Dottie, so in here earlier it was mentioned about Kimberly asked, I didn't hear you respond, but it's in the comment of how is this for as you as a nurse, and I feel like nurses are like on the go, and I had a nurse tell me herself that she'll eat anything that's put in front of her. So has this been helpful for you with like the ease of flow of being able to make it so quickly and easily?
It's phenomenal how easy this makes it. I take my powder with me to work, and then I just do take some water with me, but I've tested the water at work because I can only I work in a facility where everything has to be in a clear bag because it all has to be seen before I enter the facility. So there can't be any contraband in it. I don't work in a hospital-based setting anymore. And so I'm kind of limited as to what I can bring in, but it has definitely made it easy. I just bring in the powder. And as far as eating everything, I like to eat healthy. I have for years upon years. So the only thing for me was the sweets. People would bring in donuts or whatever. I'm still working on that, but I'm much better. I allow it for myself sometimes, but yeah. But Purium makes it so easy. It's such an easy transformation to go from, your standard American diet to switching over to these shakes, and it's so much easier. This whole setup, it's perfect.
Thank you.
Sure.
Thank you all for on a little more. We do our best to try to keep it 30 minutes, but when you have this much goodness and this many hearts sharing, it's almost impossible. It's kind of like the way that I make a superfood shake. There's hardly ever just one ingredient, but sometimes there is two. So anyway, just know that the person that is sharing this with you, like we have $120 off your first order of your ultimate lifestyle transformation. And then what we do is we bring you into this beautiful community and we hold your hand through all of it. And then we also help you share your heart so that you can bring other people in, because why would we not want to share this with people that we love and that people that we wish to see really heal right before our eyes and come into balance before our eyes and just come back to normal. So I also want to share, at the top of the hour, we have the owners of the company sharing stories just like this and super powerful stories. So I can put that in the comments, but I'm going to stop recording and just say thank you all to coming and bringing your voices. And I know Harvey is here. He's doing amazing on his superfood journey. And Miss Lisa, she has been on a journey to help her health. And it's just, we could go on and on for hours, but we won't stay on any longer. And we'll have you come back next week, hear more amazing stories, and hopefully soon enough, we will have your beautiful face sharing the story of your healing journey as well. So thank you, Megan, for hosting tonight. And Dottie, thank you for coming. Thank you for asking questions, Melissa and Lauren. And just thank you all for being here. Miss Barry and Nancy, Vanessa, Bethany. I just appreciate you all so much with all my heart. So thank you so much.